Roll over, Grace, can you roll over? Lift your head, up, up, up. That's it. That's it. Keep lifting. That's very good, girl. Arm forward. Conductive education was developed in Hungary in the 1940s by Professor András Pető, who was a doctor. But conductive education is not a medical approach to the problem of cerebral palsy. It's an educational approach, and as he was the first one to approach children from an educational point of view rather than a medical point of view. And as far as I know, he's still the only one. Good girl. Hand, opposite knee, and other hand and opposite knee. Conductive education is very different from all therapies in the sense of this, that we see the whole child, always the whole child, the personality, and not just the medical problem, like that they cannot walk or cannot talk. You know, Hungary was quite poor, and there were no technical, things available to help the children. So it was actually easier to teach them to walk to the bathroom than to use a wheelchair, because there was no wheelchair. So Pető found, it was his idea that the cerebral palsy child has a human brain too, and it can be taught and it can learn. And I think that's the most important about conductive education, that don't give it up. If you teach them with your regular methods and they don't learn, it doesn't mean that they cannot learn. Try different methods and then you may have success. And also he found that if you teach more than one thing at a time to the child, like teach them to walk and talk at the same time, let's sing whilst we are walking, then it helps to organize their nervous system on a higher level, because that's the cerebral palsy child's biggest problem is that they cannot organize their movements and their actions. And if you teach more than one thing at a time to a child, that takes the organization of their actions and their whole brain to a higher level, and this way they can learn.
Look at me, Emma, sit up straight. Everybody sit tall, everybody sit tall, just like I think. Oh, Candace, what about you, Emma?
For example, walk to the door. That's very complex. So the cerebral palsy children have no idea how to start it or how to continue it, what muscles they have to move, what message they have to give from their brain to their limbs to be able to do that. So we have to itemize the tasks into very, very, very small items that the child can understand and the child can do alone. And when they see that they can do it, you just tell them the next step and the next step again, and they realize, oh yes, I can do it, and they will try again next time. Whereas if you didn't itemize, just gave them the whole task, they would just say, no, I cannot do it, and they cannot do it.
Step.
There are more children in the same classroom, just like in any other mainstream school. They are in their little society. They can see each other. They can compare themselves to each other in a positive way. Like, oh, he can do it, so and he's disabled too, so I may want to try too. Always there are children who can do more, and always there are children who can do less. And the children who can do more always encourage the children who can do less. The parents for a cerebral palsy child are the most important, because they have the biggest effects on the child's development. We can try anything, And if the parents don't get involved or they don't support, we cannot achieve our goals. Because at the end of the day, it's their child, and the children are most attached to their parents and not to their teachers. And the encouragement of a parent is like nothing else, really. So we try to involve the parents in a way like they can come and see our program and ask questions, and we explain what we are doing and why. And when the children are small, under 3, when it's age appropriate, we completely involve the parents like they are there, and we work on the parent and child attachment, which is normal for a child at that age. We teach them skills, everyday skills that they can then use at home. For example, we teach them potty training, and we expect the parents not to put diapers on their children. So that's how. And we teach the children how to feed themselves, and we usually expect the parents to try that at home too. So the children have to hold on their spoon or their food here, and it's great if they do that at home too. Whereas it's sometimes faster and easier just to feed them. But if they learn how to feed themselves on the long run, that's more beneficial for them, and they will be a more whole person. Roll over, roll over. It's never about muscle, it's always about ability. You don't need too much muscle to be able to complete a task, but you need to know how to do it, and you can learn how to do it. And once you learned it and you keep doing it, of course your muscles get stronger, yes, but that's not the first thing that you need to be able to complete a task, not the strength of the muscle. It's the message from the brain that goes in there. We believe that if with the correct methods of teaching and practice, parts of the brain that used to be inactive can join in, and also some new connections can be made in the brain. Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing. Like, there are kids who are non-verbal, but they sing with us in a way. They try to sing, and that's good because they vocalize. Whereas without the songs, it would be very, very difficult to encourage them to vocalize, because just they wouldn't. What for? They are not motivated, whereas the song is always motivating, and they want to join in, and the other children are singing, and everybody's singing, and everybody's having a good time. So I want to do the same. Every single action needs to be motivated, and that's how they learn. If I want to do something because I'm motivated, I will do it, and I may learn it at the end. That the children are always active in the group. We are trying to make them do things all the time, like not just sitting around. And also our training includes all sorts of things, like we are trained in the Hungarian national curriculum, so we can teach math, Hungarian, literature, and science for children. And also we are trained in speech therapy to improve their speech, and we are also trained in a sense of physical therapy to improve their movements, and we also regard the children's emotional development and social development, and we learn a bunch of stuff related to this during our lectures. So we actually can see the children as a whole person, because we are trained to regard all aspects what's going on.